So good morning everyone once again. Today I will discuss about closed loop system and repeatability, accuracy and control resolution of ANSYS system. So last time we we have discussed the concept of closed loop system. Yes, here. Sorry. So here, so just a quick review in closed loop system. What we have in this arrangement, especially comparator and digital to analog converter. Comparator, digital to analog converter, and this optical encoder. So in open loop, we were sending the pulses from this end. In closed loop, we also send the pulse from this end, but we count the pulse from this end, optical encoder side. So as you can see, it does not mean how much pulses you are sending from the controller here from this side, but total pulses that is counted from optical encoder will be used as a reference, and then comparator will compare with input pulse and this one. If there is any difference, so more pulses will be supplied from the controller, and then this will drive the motor and lead screw and that table. That was the concept. So we have seen some, we have deduced some relation. So first one is the angle between slots in the disk must satisfy the following relation, that it satisfies the alpha is equal to 360 by ns. It means whatever in the encoder disk we have number of slots, so one angle between the slots can be given by alpha is equal to 360 by ns, and the certain angular rotation of encoder shaft, the number of pulses sensed by encoder. So number of, suppose the disk optical encoder is rotating, so obviously as we have mounted it on a lead screw, so lead screw will rotate. So suppose we for a particular distance, and the total rotation, angular rotation of the lead screw, or say this optical, because the as it is fixed at the end of the lead screw, as you know, this is lead screw at the end, this was optical encoder. So rotation of this lead screw or encoder, angular rotation, both would be same. So what we are having, angle, suppose total angular rotation of lead screw or encoder is as. So if we divide by, if if you are interested how many pulses we have got, so how we can find it? As we know, if encoder having ns slot, number of slots is ns, so for one rotation, or say 360 degree rotation, instead of saying one rotation, say 360 degree of angular rotation, it will cross ns steps. No. Yes, ns step or ns uh, slots. Okay, so as you know, whenever one slot comes, one pulse is counted. So if 360 degrees is rotated, so in that ns pulse will be counted. So if somehow, suppose we consider it as angle, total angle, that can be 520 or 15,735, like this total angle we are counting it. So if we divide by number of this slots, we will get how many rotation this disk has made. So that's we are counting number of pulses. So how many number of rotation, and if we have to count number of pulses, as you know, in one rotation ns pulse, and if the step angle is given, so one step alpha angular rotation, so total as is there. Yes. Total as angular rotation, and if for one number we are interested in counting the number of pulse, so not interested number of rotations, we are interested in counting the number of pulses we have generated or optical encoder has sensed. So if we simply divide alpha step angle, we will get number of pulses, that is also equal to the number of slots, that number of slots put as I want to say in this way, NP pulse, it means number of slots that has crossed the light source. So if we same way, if we replace ns, this should be ns subscript ns, this one. So as by alpha, simply replace alpha is by 360 by ns, we will get this value. We are good. Next, number of here pulse count can be used to determine the distance moved by the work table along the x-axis. As we know, again this one np read as number of pulse, p subscript. So p, see if we have used np pulse and total np pulse, as you remember, np pulse was as by alpha, and if you divide total number of step angle, this one np pulse, say for example, if in a disk four slots are there, so if we have supplied 5 pulse np, that encoder has sensed 5 pulse. Okay, so can you determine the number of total angular rotation? Instead, total, yes, angular rotation. So for example, so one rotation 4 slots are there, so if 4 slots, one rotation, if 5 pulses, one slot, one pulse, 4 slot, 4 plus, and 4 pulses. So 5 pulses we have sensed, but simply divide by 4, so we will get 1.25 rotation, one complete and quarter rotation. So as you know, with the same way, 8 pulses, suppose 8 pulses we have sensed and 4 slot optical encoder, so one rotation 4 pulses are generated. So if we have optical encoder has sensed 8 pulse, so total number of rotation how we will get, it is 2, so we will get divide 8 by number of slots, so np by ns, that is your number of rotation. And then we use the concept of pitch. So in one rotation, one pitch value movement, linear movement. So if we multiply with the number of rotation with the pitch value, we will get the linear rotation. So that's what it has written, np by ns, number of rotation, and multiply with p, we have got the linear movement. So again this as subscript as, again you can replace np value, number of pulses is equal to, as we have as by alpha, so p replace np, so p np as as by alpha and ns. Same formula again, subscript as P as by ns and alpha. As you know, alpha is, how do we get alpha? Alpha is equal to a 360 degree by ns, number of steps. That's how total here in the optical encoder. These are the slots, and in one slots alpha angle and total. Suppose for example 8 slots. So for 8 slot 45 degree alpha would be 45, and 45 degree into 8 you will multiply, you will get 360 degree. That's what it is written as a 360 degree. Okay, it should be degree, not only 360 degree. So P into AS by 360 degree. Then we are doing the revision. Then we have again, if we are interested to find the velocity, so velocity is, we get it in this way. Velocity of the table or feed rate of the tool, that is NP into P. NP, how do we get NP? AS, okay, and divide by AS is the angular rotation, divide by 360 degree. So that is our NS. NS is for rotation per minute. So we will not use this. Okay, and leave it. So if we replace, as we have also know, if we are moving from NS to NM in open loop, we were going from NM in open loop, we were going from NM to NS. So we were dividing RG value, that is gear ratio, and here from NS to NM we are coming here. So we will multiply with RG value. So NM, and again if you are interested with the from here NM, as we know, RG into NS. So simply replace NS is equal to NM by RG, NM by RG. We have got velocity, and pulse frequency is given by Vt. Again, these two value read as a S subscript NS. Pulse frequency, the same concept. If you remember, pulse frequency state that in 1 second how many pulses are you are sending. So Fp is your pulse in 1 second you are sending, and step angle is Ns. So that is your rotation in per second. So obviously if rotation per second, if you multiply with P value, rotation, a linear movement per second, and then we multiply with 60, that becomes your velocity. So Vt, and we need to find this value Fp, Vt into Ns, Vt into Ns divided by 60 P. We get it, this one. Okay, so let's solve a numerical. What we have, a NC work table operates by closed loop positioning. The system consists of a servo motor, ball screw, and optical encoder. The screws has a pitch of 6 mm and is coupled to the motor shaft with a gear ratio of 5:1. That is the 5 turns of the drive motor for each turn of a screw. The optical encoder generates 48 pulses per revolution of its output shaft. If you remember, what does it mean? It is number of slots, NS. The table has been programmed to move a distance of 250 mm at a feed rate of 500 mm per minute. Determine how many pulses should be received by the control system to verify that table has moved exactly 250 mm, and pulse rate of the encoder the and drive motor speed of the corresponding feed rate. These three values we need to identify. So if you have formula, you can directly use it for control resolution. For first, simply with the pulses should be received NP number of pulses. So if somehow if you can find out this one AS by alpha, you can directly use it. And how will you find AS value? So to get AS value, again you have to use the value of X. So X is what? AS angular rotation by 360 degree into pitch value. If you remember this, let me show you here. AS by 360 degree into P, that is linear displacement, or you can use this one P into NP upon NS. You can use directly this formula also or this formula also. So again in the same way, if you are using this formula, say P into NP by NS for to determine NP. So X you can again write P into NP by NS. So simply multiply with X, put the value, you can find AS value and then put the AS value, AS by alpha. Again for that you need to calculate AS, and AS is, how will you calculate, as you are given alpha, so alpha 360 by what, NS. So use this formula. X is your how much moment, linear moment, it is 250, yes, 250. X 250 is equal to P, or NP becomes NP becomes X into NS upon P, X into NS by P. This one is your NP. Calculate it. So X is 250, multiply with step angle 48 and divide by 6. 8 200 into 10, 2000 pulses. We have got this 2000 pulses. Again second one, to pulse rate of the encoder, pulse rate FP you need to find out. Erase. To find the pulse rate, if you remember the formula FP is equal to Vt into NS, Vt into NS divided by 60p. So you need to find out pulse rate, that is frequency, pulse frequency. So Vt you are given with we will use the same 500 mm per minute, 500, 5, and then number of step angle 48, number of slots, and 60 into P 6 given. So here, and this one 4400 by 6. So you only need to calculate. Draw this one. It becomes 400 by 6. That comes out 640.
आंसर बी होगा शायद.
Answer is given 66.667 when you calculate this. So we have this one for B, not possible. It is B. Answer is already given here. Just make you sure that you are getting the correct answer.
यस सर यही मिला है.
Next is the drive motor speed that correspond to the specified feed rate. Now here what it is asking, motor speed, not it is asking Nm, not Ns, not a screw speed. So if we use Ft is equal to Vt is equal to Ns into P, that was the concept for linear motion. So replace it Ns by Nm by again Rg value. So here we will have Nm is equal to Vt is given 500 multiply with Rg value is given, it is 5 or 6, let me check, 5, I remember 5, and then divide by P value 6. So it becomes 2500 by 6, and it is. So 2500 by 6, you will get 410,140, 36, 40, 640, 667. So we will get this value. Okay. If you have doubt, you can ask me right now. Okay, let's move to the next topic, that is precision in position system. So as you know, we are dealing with the motor shaft, and then gear ratio, and then we have lead screw. Okay, so obviously whenever there is a screw, there is some backlash or and sometimes play. So we will see that will lead to some error in positioning. So how to make sure that whatever we have targeted, that targeted means here we are studying about the positioning of ANSYS system, and in that means we are focusing our position system of the table with respect to tool. So tool is fixed. If the tool is fixed here, so how, if the part is there, so how particular position of this, as the table is part is mounted on the table and then table is mounted on the lead screw. So how to position table in such a way that whatever we have desired, we can achieve it. So for that, we require these three things in our position system, and then we measure the precision of position system in these three ways. So we will discuss control resolution, accuracy, and repeatability for NC system in positioning. So control resolution, as you can see, it is the distance separating two adjacent addressable points into the in the axial moment or axis moment, and addressable points locations along the axis to which the work table can be specified directed to go. So as you can see, this is our lead screw, and we have directed that table should be positioned. Let me zoom a bit. So here, this is current position of the table, this one, and suppose you have directed to move the table up to this position. For example, take this one as a desired position, this one. So here you have directing it. Okay. No, address. There are 2 points: addressable and desired position. So suppose for this, these two addressable points are there, that is closely located. Although it are shown this way, suppose this one is your one addressable point and next is another addressable point. So these are two addressable points. So we have targeted to move this to table to go and here or here, but it is table will position somewhere here or somewhere here or somewhere here or somewhere here. So it is not right like that. Table will go and directly stop it at the targeted point or addressable point. So there would be some mismatch target or addressable points and desired point. So what we have here, suppose here we have targeted that uh, addressable points location along the axis to which the work table can be specifically directed to go. Here we have directed to go, but in the terms of variation, we are expecting it table to be here, but there would be some variation. So here there are two other terms, that desired point position. So table will, there would be some in between this range, table will position somewhere. So that is introduce the concept of accuracy, and that is given by control resolution by 2 plus 3 sigma. And same way here, concept of there are two concepts here. Let me show you with an example. There we will separate these two examples. Example, say you have to achieve 25.56 8, and then uh, 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 this is your target. It means you want to achieve it, that becomes your target or your desired position. It is clear? And then your machine can move this way, 25.56 or 25.57. So as you can see, third digit is missing after decimal. So either it will go 5.56 or 0.57. We will not reach at 5.56 at this position exactly. So this one is first point. You can consider this one as a 25.56 and 25.57. No. So uh, wait a minute. We have targeted this one. So this is our desired point. And then addressable points, it means the distance separated two adjacent addressable point in the axis moment, addressable points location along the axis to which the vector can be specifically directed to go. So either we are able to position here and here. So 25 point, or take it in this way, normal distribution way. Oh, this one, take this one and this one. So here that is our target, but table can go here and here. These are two addressable points. 25.56 you can take it this side, and 25.57 you can take it this side. So these two are addressable points, and again in normal distribution we set it as this value for addressable point this way and addressable point this way. So generally in between 25.56 and 25.57, somewhere it would be 25.568. So either we will position this one is our target here, 25.568. So this one is our target, but machine will either stop it here or stop it here, only these 2 points. So we consider a decimal point that can be achieved, okay, linearly, very adjacent points that can be achieved by the machine. So obviously we will miss this value, we cannot position it at this point. So there would be some error, either 25 point, if this one is higher and it is positioning below, so obviously error is 25.56. You will reduce it 0.00 plus 0.000, and it is the same way other side you can set it. From this side error is 32 minus 0.032. So if you are directed to go 25.56, either if it is crossing and stopping it here, so positive error, and if we are directed 25.57 and if it is stopping before 25.7, so this one negative error, as you can see. So this one is error, we show it in the form of negative error. It means below the target point. So maximum error is given the difference between the desired and addressable points. So what is, so that becomes our control resolution, and which one, to if we are able to addressable point like 25.56 this side or 25.57 this side, so that difference is our control resolution. In that we can stop it. So control resolution should be as small as possible. It means if this one is long, so we will have more error, and if these 2 points are is near to each other, like 25.5, I was saying 5 6 7 and 25.569. So these two are near to each other, these two control points. So as you can see, this is desirable. There is a control resolution CRE 0.002 that is smaller than in previous case, in when we were taking only these two values 25.56 and 25.57. So location of addressable points depends on the limitation of imposed by. There are two limitations that causes the location addressable point location limitation. So here what we have, first one is electromechanical components of the positioning system. So whatever components we are using, electrical and mechanical, based on that, and then number of bits used by the controller to define the axis coordinate location. So based on that, these two are. So this one is for component parts and this one is software part. You can software or more say MCU parts, you can consider it. So remember, repeatability is given by 3 sigma, that is obtained by measuring continuously positioning and then measuring. Then accuracy is given by CR by 2. Maximum possible error, that is your accuracy, CR by 2 plus 3 sigma. So electromechanical components screw includes, obviously if you are using lead screw, so screw pitch, gear ratio, step angle or angle between slots, this constitutes for the control resolution. So for open loop, control resolution 1 is given by P by NS into RG. P by number of step angle. So it is like draw. If we are going, as you know, whenever we go from the motor side to lead screw side, we always divide by RG. So if there is no RG, P by NS, and that becomes the case for pitch by NS. Control resolution, say consider it this way. If your optical encoder, so slots are there, so either again the same way, if one pitch, this slots, total slots say NS, has to cross to, as in one rotation these slots will be counted, and if to find out control resolution, that is the range where the disc lead screw will stop. So either sometimes lead screw stop here or near to here or in between. So that's what the case we are discussing here, maximum possible error. So for that we have for closed loop and P by NS, and for open loop P by NS into RG. Again CR1 control resolution 1 is given for electromechanical components in mm. As we are talking about lead screw position system, so it is given in nm. Again, number of bits, if B is the number of bits in the storage register for the axis, the number of the control points in the axis can be divided in 2 to the power B, can be divided. It means if the total length is this much, and if you are using 8 bit or 12 bit or 16 bit, so the whole length will be divided by 2 to the power is 12 bit, 2 to the power 12 whole length. If that is your reduced screw length where table can move from this end to this end, so whole length will be divided by this much points. So assuming the control points are equally spaced, so what we assume, the control points are equally spaced, then control points is given by CR2 control resolution 2 is given by L by 2 to the power b minus n. L is the total length of your position system. So CR2 is the control resolution of the computer control system, mm, or it is mm given in mm or in inch. As you can see, CR1 is also in mm, control resolution 1 in mm, P by ns by if you are open loop, P by ns into RG and close loop P by ns. Now a bit more information about what does it mean by number of bits in microcontrollers. Is it the size of the register in the RAM memory, or for example an 8-bit MCU have 8-bit registers of this memory RAM. So for this, the answer of that tends to the most useful is how many bits are in the result register after an arithmetic or logic operation. For a PIC controllers or the PIC 10, 12, 16 types, that is 8 bits. For the PIC this much, this is 16 bit. For the PIC 32 type is 32 bits. Whenever it comes to the width of the buses for the instruction memory and data memory, it varies too much for general statement. There are controllers with 12 bit, 40 bit, 16 bit, 24 bit, 30 bit wide path to instruct memory. Not all bits are available in all addressing memory. So it is more about MCU and controller. So okay. So control resolution is given by of the position system given by CR maximum, CR1 or CR2. If you remember, CR1 is P by NS into RG and CR2 was length by L by 2 to the power b minus 1. The desirable criteria is CR2 should be less than CR1. Current sensitive technology using control resolution this much 0.0025 mm. See how small this value is. Okay. The exact location of table by given addressable points, and it is limited by mechanical error. Mechanical error playback like lead screw and table can move relative at a particular position, still they can move linearly. Backlash a position there, so there is another still forward or backward in rotation angular rotation way, and deflection of the machine components. So deflection of machine components can include this not specific. Then mechanical errors assuming unbiased normal statistical distribution about the control points with mean 0 and standard deviation of sigma at constant over the range. So nearly all mechanical errors 99.73 are within 3 sigma error. So that's why we use plus minus 3 sigma level. So here accuracy is defined in worst case condition, maximum that is also the maximum possible error in position system. So what we have again, here we have a decimal point, this one we have targeted to go here, and then say we have targeted to go here, but our table is stopping here, below or beyond these points. So these two are addressable points. The same way, generally this one was our desired position, in middle one desired position, and here only machine can stop either here or here. So maximum possible error would be this much or this much. So now in terms of accuracy, it is given by control resolution by 2 plus 3 sigma maximum possible. See how it is. Why we are using this one? So if we have targeted here, and then it is either machine can be stopped here or here. These two are addressable points. So machine will stop here or here, and we want to achieve it. This is our desired position, target or desired position. So if machine is stopping here, so total distance between these 2 points is control resolution this much, this one. So CR control resolution, machine can stop only at this point or this point. So this one is control resolution divided by, as we can see, either it would be half of below this side or below this side. So CR2 by 2 plus 3 sigma. Since we are talking about maximum possible error, so this is the maximum possible error, CR by 2 plus 3 sigma. Although it should be plus minus 3 sigma, but as we know, we consider it a maximum possible error, so we neglected this much, and this we are using. So accuracy, the maximum possible error that can occur between the desired target point and the actual position taken by the system. So that was the target and actual position, either it will take this one or it will take this one, and it is given by this formula in mm or inches. So for example, accuracy is given by plus minus 0.01 mm for 200 mm of the travel. What does it mean? It means if the table travels 250 mm from this to this position, there would be error of 0.01 mm in that travel, in that positioning. It means in 250 mm travel, this much error we can expect it. Okay, and then we have repeatability. We will finish in 5 minutes. Repeatability, the ability of the position system to return to a given addressable point that has been previously programmed. So again, as you see, so that was our, let me go through that position here, repeatability. In repeatability terms, if we have programmed that these are the points we have to achieve it, so here total from one side, as you can see, this one, take it as a control resolution, total distance, this one and this one. So due to these are the addressable points, and considering normal distribution, so maximum error would be, difference would be plus minus of 3 sigma, and that is our locational error. So repeatability, ability of the system to return to a given addressable point that has been previously programmed. So if we have programmed and it can commit here, so that is the concept of whatever we have programmed, and the decimal points is machine is or table is able to uh, go on that decimal point. That means we are able to achieve that decimal point. So it gives the concept of repeatability. How easily we can achieve the programmed point, that in simple sense you can understand. So this capability in terms of locational error, and location error due to the mechanical error as play, backlash, inertia, these all causes to the mechanical error. And then thus the repeatability of any axis of the position system is plus minus 3 as we are talking about normal distribution. So in the case of error, if we consider normal error in the form of normally distributed, so repeatability we will give it at RE 3 sigma. So it is here what we have. Suppose the mechanical increase in the open loop position system of example 1, I have posted it here, next page. Then and are described by the normal distribution with standard deviation 0.005 mm. This one is alpha sigma standard deviation. The range of the work table axis, this one, that is your length, and there are 60 bits in the binary, that is capital B register used for the digital controller to store the program position. Other relevant parameters, for example, are the following: the pitch is 6.0 mm, gear ratio 5, and number of step angle stepper motor is 48. Determine the control resolution, CR, accuracy, that is plus my CR by 2 plus 3 sigma, and repeatability plus minus 3 sigma. Okay, you have to identify. So again I have written it here. So CR, first we need to identify, find out control resolution value. So control resolution value, as we know, CR is equal to maximum of CR1 and CR2. Okay, so CR1, how do we calculate CR1? CR1 we have calculated control resolution. It was CR1 and CR2. CR1, just a minute. It slipped from my mind. This one, CR1 P by NS into RG. So CR1 is equal to P by NS into RG. So what we get, pitch value is 6 divided by number of step angle 48, and then control resolution was 5, gear ratio 5. So what we have, 1 by 40 mm. So that becomes 1 by 40 mm becomes 0.025 mm. That is your CR1 value. So let it right here, CR1 0.025 mm. Okay, now CR, how do we calculate CR2? CR2 is L by 2 to the power B divided by L by 2 to the power B minus 1. So find out CR2. L is what is the length? This one, 1000 mm. That is this much length is divided in control points. So 2 to the power, what is the bit of the controller? 16.
Sir, 16.
Yes. 2 power 16 minus 1. So if you calculate 1000 divided by that value is 65,535. So it will come out as a somewhere 0.0000
0152
0.00015,259. Right? Okay. So CR control resolution is maximum of these two CR1, CR1, CR1 and CR2. Which one is maximum? CR1 value, that is your control. You will write it in this way, numerical value, and then you will take out as a C control resolution is CR1. Okay, and that is also desirable. Next is accuracy, and accuracy is CR1 draw. Accuracy, as you know, CR by 2 plus 3 sigma, maximum possible result. So we have this one CR 0.025 mm divided by, again this one is control resolution mm, accuracy is also in mm. So divide by 2 and then 3 sigma, we have sigma value here, what is the 0.005, 0.005. So it becomes 0.015, this value, this becomes 0.015, and then you will edit 0.5 and then 30. So 0.025 plus 0.030. So 55, 0.055 divided by 2 and then 0.05, no, 0.25, it should be 555. Zero point 0.055 by 2, that is your accuracy by 2, and then repeatability, that is simply 3 plus minus 3 sigma, that is plus minus this value 0.00015, 3 sigma repeatability. So here we have concluded the module. If you have any doubt, you can ask me personally or in the WhatsApp group also. We can discuss any doubt in a separate doubt session. Okay.